Hey, we're back in the ITC located right here at Abicord Benzels US headquarters. So in the last video, we walked through how to do a simple stitch weld program inside the Abicar 1200 Pro. In this one, we're going to use the oscillator. So I'm going to show you how to install that, how to go a little deeper into the settings and get the best out of it. What we did is we removed this plate using a 4mm hex key. Pull that out. There's 4 and 5 mil hex bolts in the kit. You're only going to want to need the 4. Attach it to the back of the Abicar, to the cross slide here, attach it here, and now we have this cable here, okay? Just using the same torch that we had previously, but what we want to do is this is keyed, so make sure that this is aligned properly. And we have the simple guide arms attached, just kind of roughly place the torch where it needs to be. Okay, so we have the oscillator cable attached, power's off, neutral, neutral. And when you power this up, you're going to see checking settings, test, oscillator found. So that's why you want to make sure we plug this in with the Abicar off. In our previous application, we moved it to a 3-on-12 stitch weld. So what we're going to do is now that the oscillator's there, this is going to open up a couple of different options for us in the program. So hold down F1 to get into the config. Okay. Just as before, we found the carriage speed at 12 inches per minute. We're going to keep that weld length of 3 inches. Remember, a 3-on-12 center. We're going to skip in between those welds 9 inches. We're going to do a 0.2 second crater fill, and we're going to back weld 0.3 inches. The total length of the weld, we're just going to go infinite, right? We're either going to rely on the operator to stop it or these auto stop. Okay, so this is where we start getting into some new settings. So the first one is the oscillation amplitude, is how far do we want the torch to swing back and forth. So let's just start at 40%, okay? The next setting is the oscillation speed, 0 to 100. We'll just put it at 50%. Okay, oscillation delay 1. So during its travel, we can set a delay at the top of the sine curve and at the bottom of the sine curve. So if we want it to go up and stop, at the bottom of stop, all right? So we might want to increase that to 1 second on the top and 1 second on the bottom. Dwell time lock, no, we want to make sure we can adjust these while it's running. Current lowering, no. Unit in inches. Save setup number 1, hold down F2. Save setup done. All right, now to get us back to the top menu, setup number 1, flip the switch down to operate, and we're ready to send it on its way. Now, keep in mind, during operation, we can still manipulate the carriage speed using this knob, and we're able to set the oscillation speed with these 2 knobs while it's in operation. But first, let's just let it do its stitch weld, then we'll back it up and kind of show you how to do that. It's a little back weld, and it takes off to its next position. So now if we want to, during operation, I heard it kind of bumping into just a touch. So I'm just going to use the cross slide to position the torch just a little bit higher, a little further away, right? So this is fine adjustment. Now during this weld, I'm going to change the speed in real time without affecting any of our saved settings on both the carriage speed and the oscillation speed and depth, okay? So let's put it into the weld, set it on its way. We're starting to realize, oh, maybe it's moving a little slower. I just increased from 12 inches per minute up to 13 inches per minute. Now F1, it says amplitude at 40%. Maybe I want to increase the swing of that oscillation. So I went from 40 up to 45%. So now that we increase that amplitude, we can also increase the speed in which it swings. So right now it's set at 50. Let's move it up to 55%. You can hear the pitch change in the oscillator itself. So even though you have these settings changed, the operator can still fine tune it with the cross slide and with the three control wheels to make sure it's laying down the bead that you really need it to. So that's installation of the oscillator. It's pretty straightforward, but there's a couple things to keep in mind. The plug that plugs into the Abbeycar 1200 Pro is keyed, so it's pretty easy to get that misaligned. The second thing is make sure you cycle the power off and then back on so it recognizes the oscillator is attached. Lastly, regardless of any of your saved programs that we've done, you can always make adjustments to the speed of the Traverse and the oscillator speed during operation. All this information can be found on our website, but if you have any questions or concerns, please feel free to reach out to us. So in the next video, we're going to step it up even further and we're going to install the dual torch mount. There's a little math involved here, so don't panic. We're going to step you through it. It's pretty straightforward, but thanks, and we'll see you next time.